morning, children. In this video, we will see a new topic today. The topic of the lesson is acids, bases, bonds. So, in this topic, today we are going to cover some important contents. That is, what is meant by acid, definition for acid, acidic substance, basic substance, what is meant by neutral substance, followed by indicators, acid-base indicators, then litmus indicator. Apart from litmus indicator, other indicators. What are the other indicators we are using? Next one, olfactory indicators, acids definition, finally types of acids. So these things we are going to cover today. So first we can move to the introduction part. In our day-to-day life, we use a large number of edible substances such as lemon, salt, sugar, tamarind, curd, etc. Do they have the same taste? No, they have different taste. Substances like curd, tamarind, lemon, vinegar, these substances are somewhat served to taste. So they are said to be acidic. And some substances like soaps, sodium bicarbonate are bitter in taste. They are said to be basic in nature, right? So acids and bases are one of the important classifications of chemical compound which plays a significant role in the field of science. But what are acids and bases? First, let me learn about acids. As I told you, substances like curd, lemon juice, orange juice and vinegar taste sour because they contain acids. Okay, so substances which are sour in taste are said to be acids. Okay, the word acid is derived from the Latin word acidus, which means sour to taste. Sour, S-O-U-R, sour to taste. Okay. So before we enter into this topic, first of all, you should know about what is meant by acidic solution, what is basic solution, and what is meant by alkaline, what is meant by neutral solution. Okay. First, let me see the acidic solution. Acidic solution means here the solution which contains higher concentration of hydrogen ions. Okay, so if the solution contains higher concentration of hydrogen ions, that is H plus ions, are called acidic solution. Okay, so in acidic solution, the pH range will be less than 7. pH means power of hydrogen. At the end of this topic, you will learn in detail about pH. Okay, so pH means power of hydrogen. In acidic solution, the pH range will be less than 7, right? For example, lemon juice and then vinegar, we can give examples for acidic solution. Got it? Right. Acidic solution means what? A solution which contains higher concentration of hydrogen ions or H plus ions are called acidic solution and its pH range will be less than 7, right? So next we can move to basic solution. In basic solutions, the solutions which contains the higher concentration or larger concentration of hydroxyl ions. Okay, hydroxyl ion means OH minus ions. So the solution which contains larger concentration of hydroxyl ions, then it will come under the category of basic solutions. Okay, here the pH range will be greater than 7. Okay, for example, soaps, detergents, caustic soda, caustic potassium, that is sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, soaps, detergents. We can give 7. Next we can move to neutral solution. Neutral solution means here in this solution the concentration of hydrogen ion as well as hydroxyl ions will be equal. Okay. So if the concentration of hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions will be equal, then it will come under the category of neutral solution. Okay. And its pH range will be equal to 7. Okay, pH range will be equal to 7. Example, salt solution, then a sugar solution. We can give example for neutral solution, right? So what is meant by acidic solution? The solution which has a higher concentration of hydrogen ions, then it is called acidic solution, and its pH range will be less than 7. And next one is a basic solution, a solution which contains the larger concentration of hydroxyl ions. Here the pH range will be greater than 7. And for neutral solution, here the concentration of hydrogen ion as well as hydroxyl ion, if it is equal, then it is called a neutral solution and its pH range will be equal to 7. Got it? Right. Shall we move to the next one? Good. Next one is indicators. Indicator is a chemical compound which is used to detect whether the given solution is acidic or basic in nature. Okay. Indicator is a chemical compound, and this chemical compound is used in very little amount in a solution to detect whether the given solution is acidic or basic in nature. Okay. As this indicator shows, the color changes in acidic and basic medium. Hence, we can say it is an acid-base indicator. Okay. So, an acid-base indicator is a substance which possesses one color in acidic medium and shows one color in basic medium. This is called the acid-base indicator. Got it? Acid-base indicator means what? An acid-base indicator is a substance which possesses different colors in acidic medium as well as in basic medium. This is called the acid-base indicator. Got it? Right. So next one is about litmus indicator. This litmus indicator is a naturally obtained dye. It is extracted from dyes. It is a water soluble dyes. Okay. This litmus is an indicator. It is a water soluble dyes extracted from lichens. This lichens is a slow growing plant which is found on trees, in rocks, and also you can see this lichens in walls. Okay. And this litmus indicator is a purple color dye. It is a purple color dye. And this indicator is most commonly used to detect the acids as well as bases. Okay, for that purpose we are using the litmus indicator. And this litmus indicator is most commonly used in the laboratory. Okay, and this litmus indicator is neither acidic nor basic in nature. It is neutral. Okay, so litmus indicator, it is an indicator. It's a water soluble dyes. It is a mixture of water soluble dyes extracted from lichens. It is commonly used to detect acids as well as bases, and it is mainly used in the laboratory. Okay, it is neither acidic nor basic. It is neutral in nature. So next one, other indicators. Apart from litmus indicator, other indicators are also we are using like methyl orange indicator, phenolphthalein indicator, red cabbage juice, beetroot juice. These are some of the indicators which we are using in our day-to-day life. Got it? Right. So another indicator, you look at this tablet column. Here some, in the left hand side, some acidic substances are given, and in the right hand side, basic substances are given. Vinegar, lemon juice, orange juice, juice of unripe mangoes, tamarind, acidic, actually phenolphthalein indicator is a colorless solution, colorless liquid. In acidic as well as in neutral medium, phenolphthalein indicator is colorless, whereas in basic medium this colorless changes to pink color. Okay. Next one is the methyl orange indicator. In neutral, usually methyl orange is orange in color in neutral medium, whereas in acidic medium it turns red in color, whereas in basic medium this red color changes to yellow. Okay, so red cabbage juice and then phenolphthalein indicator, methyl orange indicator, these are some of the indicators that we are using, right? Okay, next one is the olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicator means it is nothing but an indicator which possess different odors in acidic medium as well as in basic medium. Okay, it shows one odor means smell, one odor in acidic medium whereas another odor in basic medium. So olfactory indicators are indicators, it gives different odors in acidic medium as well as in basic medium. Okay, some of the naturally obtained olfactory indicators are onion odored cloth strips, vanilla essence as well as clove oil. If you take onion odored cloth strips, generally onions have characteristic ammonia smell. This ammonia smell retains in the acidic medium and it will destroy in the basic medium. Okay. In the same manner, if you take vanilla essence, this vanilla essence is a characteristic sweet smell. This sweet smell retains in the acidic medium, whereas it destroys in the basic medium. Okay, so some of the naturally occurring olfactory indicators are onion odored cloth strips, vanilla essence, and also clove oil. Got it? Right. Okay, now we can move to the definition of acids. According to Liebig, see the definition: a compound which contains one or more hydrogen atoms, replaceable partially or completely. Partially means part amount. Okay, partially or completely by a metal to produce a salt. Once again, I repeat the definition. According to Liebig, a compound which contains one or more hydrogen atoms, replaceable partially or completely by a metal to produce a salt. This means that all acids contains one or more replaceable hydrogen atoms. Okay, and when dissolved in water, they release hydrogen ions. This is the definition for acids. Some of the examples of acids are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. So when dissolved in water, these acids release hydrogen ions. Okay. So what do you mean by acid? An acid is a compound which contains one or more replaceable hydrogen atoms partially or completely by a metal to produce a salt. This is the definition for acid. Okay, it's an important 2-mark question, right? So examples of acids are sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid, its formula is HNO3, hydrochloric acid, its formula is HCl. You have to mention the name of the compound also, along with the formula you should mention, right? Okay. So next we can move to protonicity or basicity of an acid. So what is meant by protonicity? Its other name is basicity. Okay, protonicity or basicity of an acid. The number of replaceable basicity of an acid. Okay. Once again I repeat. Basicity or protonicity of an acid is defined as the number of replaceable hydrogen atoms of that particular acid by a base. This is known as the basicity or protonicity of an acid. So look at this tabular column. Acid as well as its various acids as well as its basicity range is given. Okay. First one is HCl. HCl is hydrogen chloride. Okay. Its basicity is 1. See how many hydrogen atoms are present? 1. Isn't it? So as for hydrochloric acid, its basicity range is 1. And for nitric acid, its formula is HNO3. Okay. Basicity of nitric acid is 1. And then sulfuric acid, its formula is H2SO4. Its basicity of sulfuric acid is 2. Right? 2 hydrogen atoms are present in sulfuric acid. Right? Next one is H3PO4, phosphoric acid. Okay. So here, how many hydrogen atoms are present? 3 hydrogen atoms are present. So the basicity of H3PO4 is 3. Okay, it's a 1 mark question answer. You can expect this in 1 mark. For HCl, basicity range is 1. For nitric acid, that is HNO3, basicity range is 1. For H2SO4, its basicity is 2. And for H3PO4, basicity range is 3. Okay. Right. So next we can move to types of acids. Acids can be classified into 3 types. Okay. One is the monoprotic acid or monobasic acid. Second one is the diprotic acid or dibasic acid. And third one is the triprotic acid or tribasic acid. Okay, what are the 3 types of acids? Acids are of 3 types. One is the monoprotic acids, diprotic acids and triprotic acids. Otherwise we can say monobasic acids, dibasic acids or tribasic acids. So what is meant by monoprotic acids? Right. See, acids, that is monoprotic acids are defined as acids which provides 1 proton in aqueous solution. Okay, which provides acids which provides 1 proton in aqueous solution. Then we can call it is a monoprotic acid. Okay, provides is nothing but releases. Okay, so acids which releases 1 proton in aqueous solution. What is meant by aqueous solution? Aqueous solution means the solution in which water acts as a solvent. This is called the aqueous solution. Okay, so monoprotic acids are defined as acids which can release 1 proton in its aqueous solution. Then we can say it is a monoprotic acid or monobasic acid. Okay, let us see some examples for monoprotic acid. Yes, see HCl, that is hydrogen chloride. HNO3, HNO3 is nitric acid. CH3COOH is acetic acid. Okay, so what are the examples for monoprotic acid? Hydrochloric acid, nitric acid and acetic acid. Okay, so next one is the diprotic acids. Di means generally 2, isn't it? Here, diprotic acids are defined as acids which donates 2 protons in aqueous solution. Acids which can donate 2 protons in aqueous solution. Then we can call it is a diprotic or basic acids. Okay, one proton means monoprotic, whereas two protons means sulfide. H2CO3 is carbonic acid. Okay. So what is meant by diprotic acid? Acids which donates, that is which provides two protons in aqueous solution, then it is called the diprotic acid or dibasic acid. Example H2SO4, H2S, H2CO3. Right. So next we can go to triprotic acids or tribasic acids. Okay. Here in triprotic acids, acids which donates 3 protons in aqueous solution. Okay. Acids which donates 3 protons in aqueous solution, then it is called the triprotic or tribasic acids. Okay. For example, H3PO4, it is orthophosphoric acid. Okay. H3PO4 is orthophosphoric acid, whereas H3PO3 is phosphorus acid. H3PO3 is phosphorus acid, whereas H3PO2 is pyrophosphorus acid. Pyrophosphorus acid. Okay, so this formula is very important. Also, you should write the name of this compound, right? So, acids can be classified into 3 types. One is monoprotic acid, diprotic acid, triprotic acids. Monoprotic acids means acids which donate only 1 proton in aqueous solution. Diprotic means acids which donate 2 protons in aqueous solution, whereas triprotic means acids which donate 3 protons in aqueous solution, then we can call it as triprotic or tribasic acids. Got it? Shall we move to the next one? Okay. Next we can move to the general characteristics of acids. It is nothing but the properties of acids. Okay. So generally acids are sour in taste. Okay. And acids are soluble in water. Acids conducts electricity due to ionization of water. Okay. Next one, acids are highly corrosive in nature. This means it can spoil substances like even human skin, clothes, paper. So it will damage all these things. Okay, that's what we are saying. It is corrosive. Corrosive means harmful in nature, right? Next, acids generally exist in liquid state, but few acids are available in solid state. For example, if you take benzoic acid, it is in the solid state only. Okay. If you look at the benzoic acid, it just looks like crystals. Okay, crystal formation takes place in benzoic acid, but that is a solid. But generally, acids exist in liquid state only. Few solid acids are available. Right. So, what are the general properties of acids? And also, acids changes by using the indicators. Acids changes the color. Okay. So, acids are sour in taste. Next, acids are corrosive in nature. Corrosive means what? Harmful in nature. It can damage clothes, paper, even human skin. Next one, acids exist in liquid state, but few acids exist in solid state. Example, benzoic acid. Next, acids are soluble in water. It dissolves in water. Solutions of acids conducts electricity. This is due to ionization of water. Next, acids turn blue litmus solution to red by using indicators. So these are the general properties of acids, right? So what are the things we have discussed today? One is about what is meant by acids, and then what is meant by acidic solution, basic solution and neutral solution, followed by indicators like litmus indicator, other indicators like red cabbage juice, beetroot juice, turmeric juice indicator, and then what is meant by olfactory indicators, followed by definition of acids and what are the types of acids. For each and every type we have to give example, and then we discussed about the general characteristics of acids, isn't it? So go through all the contents what we have discussed WhatsApp group. The remaining